actually a Christian, so a lot of the things that I go through, well, with all my situations, I run to God. I run to prayer and scripture to help me through it, and it really has helped me every single time. You know, no propaganda. This is just me speaking from the heart and my experience. But yeah, I got a mad revelation. I got a mad revelation that it came from, right, I was excited, all excited. I got up, I was jumping for joy and stuff out of excitement, and then I obviously ended up hurting myself, right? I banged my shin on the corner of the table, and when I did that, it hurt so bad, right? Like, I screamed in pain. I was in agony. I was thinking, damn, that really hurt. I don't want to be in pain right now. When I did go into prayer the next day about how I was feeling, something clicked, right? I felt like I got a download of information, and it felt like I got a whole word just from the fact that I got hurt. Because the next day, obviously I told you that I hurt myself and I was in pain. I was thinking, this is going to turn into a bruise, okay? After I had already gone through the harder part, that initial pain, right? The painful moment felt fleeting, and it made me really, really, really understand on a deeper level just how much the body does for us. Because you have to really think about it. Our body is always on. We are sleeping, but our body is always working. Our body is always on go. It doesn't have a day off. Our body works relentlessly to try get us to feel normal again. And every single stage that leads up to the point where you do feel healed, man, is crucial. Because you have to think, bam, ouch, I just got hurt. Now I'm feeling this pain right now in this moment, but I know that the pain is going to go away at some point. It's never going to be as painful as it is right now. But to even heal, you already have to go through the pain. The only way out through is, wait, the only way out is through. Is that the saying? What I'm trying to say right now, yeah, is that your cells are genetically I wrote this down. Speak on it. Your cells are genetically coded to adapt, to be creative, to transport information, knowledge necessary for well-being 24 hours a day, okay? And all your cells, they work in unison, which means that it's a selfless process. It's a group effort. But you have to imagine, what would be the opposite end of that? What if the cells didn't want to vibe out? What if the cells didn't want to work today? They'd be saying, sorry, like, I've had a long few years, I've had a long decade, I'm sorry, I need a break. I'm sorry that you hurt yourself today, Miss Gisela, but I can't help you out. I can't help you heal. No, every single time your body rushes to that immediate response to come and solve your problem. It doesn't even think about how the problem got there. Its main priority is just solving the problem and getting it to go. And it had me thinking, wow, it does not ask questions. It doesn't say, oh, how did this problem get here? Or how did you become like this? Or how you ill? It just works relentlessly on your behalf to make you feel as best as you can feel. So if your body is doing all this work 24 hours a day, for as long as you're living, right, you might as well make it worth it. Okay? You have to give yourself the same chance. You have to give yourself the dedication and effort to accomplish and pursue whatever it is that you want to pursue in your life, because your body is already in your favor. It's programmed to be in your favor since the day you was born. Okay? You just have to come into agree with it. You just have to come into agreement with it by doing your part. Now, that's easier said than done. And then you also might be asking the question, how do I do my part? Let me take my sip of my tea and I'll tell you. You want to start off by doing things like having a healthy diet, control the time that you're spending digitally, and push yourself, push the boundaries, inspire, stimulate your brain, heal, evolve and learn. And most important of all, you need to love. You'll never fully be able to know just how much you are loved. Like, by me saying the fact that I got all this revelation from a bruise, something that is in the normal sense seen as negative, but if you think about it, it's such a positive indicator that your body is actually working, doing its job. You are alive, you are living, and your body is your biggest advocate, because it's been with you since day one. And so by you doing your part, healthy diet, so I'm saying, like, vitamins, nutrients, fruit and veg, lots of water. Next one is digital control. And this is obviously very hard to do, especially in the time that we're living in today, where like all we do and everything we revolve around is technology, is internet, is digital. But I'm telling you that we are over consuming it. We're over consuming other people's lives, other people's opinions, other people's mindsets, other people's tastes. Like, sometimes, like, I realize that I've been doing way too much in terms of consuming, because my judgment is clouded, my mentality feels like it's fluctuating. I don't feel like and so it's that phone. I'm not gonna lie, it's that phone. So things to help, like digital control, I say, is definitely monitor your screen time and stick to it. I'm also talking to myself when I say this, because I do have a screen time on my phone. However, I don't follow it, but I'm gonna show you. 18 hours and 33 minutes. That's okay. To be fair to me, right? I do go on YouTube quite a lot, and I do have songs in the background and stuff, and like Safari, you can see like what apps are being used the most. So you saw YouTube on there, that's why it's on there. It says that I set my Instagram limit to 30 minutes. Messages 2 hours and 35. Snapchat 1 hour and 30. TikTok is custom. I don't actually know what that means. And then X is 30 minutes, but I don't even have X anymore. So I'm going to delete that one. But I did also make a little, or started making a little screen time plan, and it says that my goal is to check my social media maximum of 3 times a day, but only twice a day. But what I mean by check social media is like the actual account stats. So you know, like your profile picture, and let's say if you post something and you want to check the update of it, like that's what I mean. But in terms of actually going on social media, I want to regulate it using hours, not the amount of times I'm going on it. And then another thing I would say is I say this to everyone, but is indulge in your hobbies. Go back to the little you that was 6 years old and trotting along, you know, skating, whether that be playing the clarinet, playing the clarinet. You know, I actually did put my title that I'm doing a little bit of drawing, because you know I've always been into art and drawing and creativity. You know, I've got my things here. We can do some hobbies together. Like, I don't mind. I will show you some of my art inner once we start doing the drawing part, because I'm trying to figure out how to do like a double screen, but I figured that there is a way I can do it, but I won't be able to see the chat, you know. So yeah, so the next thing is pushing your boundaries. And what I mean by that is like, do something that makes you feel uncomfortable. And this sounds very radical. It's like, why the hell would I want to be uncomfortable? But I'm telling you right now that being uncomfortable is what's going to level you up. It's what's going to make you move on to the next stage of your life. Because you have to think about it. What you want is not where you're comfortable. You're not going to find your dream job sitting in your room, scrolling on TikTok, watching other people fulfill their dreams, you know? So what I'm trying to say by push your boundaries is, if you want to do something, but then what's stopping you is your fear, I'd say just do it scared. Do it scared, because by you doing it scared, that does not make you a pussy. That makes you even more brave, because it takes a lot of courage to do something in that stage of feeling uncomfortable. But what comes also with being uncomfortable is growth, and you'll also be able to like just recognize how strong you actually are. Because let's think about it, a lot of the situations you've gone through, at the time you was going through them, yes, it was ugly, yes, it was uncomfortable, yes, you wanted that moment to go away. But now reflecting on it, you can actually say like, no, I overcame this. Like, that was really me, and at the time I did not think I'll be able to do it, but I did it. And now you know that you are stronger than you even thought imaginable. And to be fair, look, this is another note that I wrote. It says here, physical feeling, in the physical, you're feeling uncomfortable, but in the spirit, you are elevating in the long term. So it's basically like you're just sacrificing a little bit of your comfortability for long-term success and for long-term. It's not even, it obviously depends on what you define to be success, but to me, success is genuinely just feeling better within yourself and being happy and just walking in your purpose. How can you walk in your purpose if you're comfortable with mediocrity? Is the word mediocrity? With being average. You are not average. I'm not just saying this to gas anyone up. You are not average, but there's gonna be outside voices, outside pressures, people that are going to try and push that narrative on you, and it's your job to block out the noise. There's always going to be noise. There's always going to be opposition. There's always going to be hate. You know, I even got a hate comment like 2 days ago. Now you might be thinking, what the hell did you get hated on? But that just lets you know that no one is exempt from, opposition. And if you're gonna get opposition either way, I'm not trying to be funny yet, but I'd rather get opposition from me doing what it is that I want to do, rather than it be for me pretending to do something just for the sake of acceptance or approval from others, right? So if what you want to do happens to be something that makes you feel like uncomfortable, it's out of your comfort zone, it's weird, it feels like you're putting yourself in no man's land, open to vulnerability and attack, perfect. Embrace it. Because you won't always have this moment. Like right now, as a new streamer, I feel like I still do get like, I don't know, I feel like I still get like out a bit uncomfortable, or it's still quite fresh to me to like speak and just constantly be hearing my voice and then having to like go through the whole thing and then edit it and then like refine it and then promote it, letting people know that I have a Twitch, especially like people in real life. I always feel like no one's doing it, so to me, in my perspective, I see that they see it as weird, but that's not my business. I'm pursuing my dreams because I know that talking to people and motivating people and spreading joy, positivity, spreading knowledge, whatever, is something that I enjoy doing and comes to me naturally. Like, but what makes me uncomfortable is being public about it, and promoting it and put myself out there and stuff. But I'm doing it and it's scary, but I'm learning a lot about myself throughout this. Like, there was a time maybe like 2 days ago when I went on stream and there was like 0 people, but I was persistent. I just was talking, and even though no one joined the stream and it was very uncomfortable for me, and I was just thinking, low-key, Gisela, you should just end the live. I was like, no, I'm sitting in this uncomfortability and I'm being persistent, I'm building momentum, but I'm also just being disciplined by putting in the time anyway, because not every day is going to be a good day. Not every stream is going to have like 10 gifters, 5 subs, like massive influx of customers. I mean, not customers. I don't know, I said customers, but the word I was going to say is chat, like, messages and people interacting and stuff. But that's this crucial part where you actually are building your own social presence anyways, because you can also practice as well, because at the same time it's very realistic. It might be silent. You might be in real life having a whole conversation with someone and they're just like Don't say nothing, and they don't, you know, and you have to move on. As an adult, you have to adapt. Some people are weird, right? But let me tell you right now, one of the worst things you can do when you are starting to put yourself out there and you are pushing the limits and you are constantly evolving and just doing everything you can do to become a better person, there might get to a point where you might feel like, oh, I've been going in so hard that right now I feel like I could go for a break. I don't need to go as hard today. Let me stop you right there. That is the worst mistake you can do, because that right there is like the spirit of mediocrity. That voice in your head telling you to calm down and slow down. You need to give voice an eviction notice with quickness, okay? Because it's a trap. Someone had to say it, okay? It's a trap. And it's a trap because if you think about it, every like habit comes from you doing it constantly. When you think about discipline isn't like a thing where, let's say if I, for example, like I read a book every single day, or I'm aiming to read a book every single day. I'm not always, every single day, I'm not going to want to read a book. And that's me being honest. But discipline is the fact that regardless of whether I feel like it, whether I'm in a mood to do it today or not, whether, you know, something outside, a situation, life is life in, there's so much drama, chaos, blah, 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 I'm stressed, whatever, don't want to read today. Discipline is that regardless of how everything else is looking around me, I'm still going to stick to what I did. I'm going to commit to this thing. And the little voice that's saying, oh yeah, you've been doing so much hard work, now you can chill out, is a trap, because that's you basically going in the route of stopping that habit. But habits have to be built by persistency. That's what I'm saying. Literally, I'm telling you guys, I've done this so many times. I've literally downplayed and like tricked myself into not really finishing what I started so many times. But I feel like the more I document my progress and stuff, I can really sit and have that time where I'm like, I did it. Hey Prince, how you doing? You know, right now we are just talking about the fact that no matter how what it looks like, that discipline is the thing that's gonna anchor you. So we can't let the inside voices tell us to give up. And one thing I will say as well that I wrote in my notes yesterday, I nearly dropped my tea. You better clock that tea. Okay, you can't even see my tea. You see, I did not drink that much. Now hold on. But like I said, you know, everything that you have going on right now that may stop you from being consistent and persistent is a distraction. But you are always gonna get distraction. You are always gonna have distractions. You just get better at dealing with them and prioritizing yourself. But you know, we are starting, we're really doing new things. Oh, by the way, are you back home from the gym? Because If you are, black tea. That's the only tea I had. I'm sorry. I'm British. What do you mean? But yeah, okay. So yeah, I just wanna say to people as well that there's absolutely nothing that's out of your reach, you know.